Happy 100,000! Woo! Hello everybody, my name is Zamber. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys so much for 100,000 subscribers. This is honestly so surreal for me. I never truly thought that I would hit this milestone. Did I hope I would? Yeah. Did I think I would? No. But here we are today. I am just so incredibly blessed and so happy that I get to wake up and do this every day, that this literally gets to be my job. It is so fun. I love all the amazing experiences that I get to share with all of you guys. I love getting to talk to you all about the shows and games and everything that we do on this channel. So it has been incredible. I've had this channel for like 5.5 years now, so it's really exciting to finally hit this goal. So that wouldn't be possible without all of you, so thank you so much. But today we are here for a special reason. We are doing a Q&A video, which I did one, but it was technically a part of a live stream, so not a lot of people saw my first like Q&A, so I decided to make a official Q&A video. So over on my Discord, which you can join over there, is a fun place with super amazing people. I asked them what kind of questions they would want to ask me and that I could answer, and they get to be featured in the video. Whoa. And so we're gonna start doing it now. All right, so first question. When's the software update for ZamberBot expected to finish, and what new features can we expect from this version update? Yes, so the developers have told me that they're working on a language and diction bot, so that hopefully when I screw up my talking, it shall no longer be noticeable to a normal human, and therefore my programming will no longer shut itself down, and I will no longer stammer on my words. I hope. If you could only eat one or the other, would you take peanut butter or jelly? Jelly. What are your favorite cartoons from Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel? Boom. All right. Cartoon Network. We're going to go with Over the Garden Wall. Nickelodeon. We're going to go with the classic SpongeBob. Disney Channel. We're going to go with Amphibia. The power goes out the worst time possible because the almighty beings that control our universe are trying to give you an excuse not to do your work. It's feeling that you're stressing out and it wants to help you, but unfortunately the universe is a dick and doesn't understand that that's not helping you, that it's actually stressing you out, and no one sent that memo to the universe that it's being a dick when it does that. So remind me to write that memo and I'll shoot it up there so it doesn't happen again, okay? Who is Candice? Candice is the little 3-foot tall, small, tiny girl that runs around my house that is haunting here. She's very particular. She doesn't like me to talk about her or bring up the fact that she is an annoying little brat. Candice! Why cut your videos? I want to mooch the episode off of it. Now I'm so angry. How do you get rid of the corpses? Wouldn't you like to know? Pirates or ninjas? Pirates. Have you had any other pets as a child or after you moved out with your parents, or is Suki your first? So I actually had 2 family dogs growing up, but Snuggles was my first independent dog that I got outside of like my parents' family dog. So she is great. She is very timid and shy. She's a rescue along with Suki. But yeah, right now Suki and Snuggles are kind of night and day. Basically I phrase it as Suki is our front-facing dog. We're training her to be super socialized. We are getting her to love people. We are having people constantly coming to our house so that she learns that it's okay for people to be here and people will be coming here, and that we don't want to bark at them because they'll leave, and she doesn't want people to leave. And we're taking her for walks and going to parks and stuff so that people can interact with her and she can love people. Meanwhile, our other dog Snuggles sits there and wishes that she could be back home and alone and no one but me or my husband being around her. So yeah, I've had a few dogs in my life, but yeah, there's a similar theme of always getting a pitch black dog. I don't know, I just have a soft spot for them. So yes, I've had a lot of dogs. And then the other question here is, what motivated you to do YouTube? So YouTube for me has always been a part of my life since I basically was allowed to go on the internet. In like 2006, 2007-ish, I started to get kind of into video games and anime, very lightly into anime, like Ouran Host Club, Sailor Moon, card capture. So I was kind of dabbling into it, and the internet was the place to go to be able to watch that stuff. And I just love video games as well. So I eventually found myself into YouTube. I just loved YouTube from the second I used it. I love the fact that people could express themselves, that these people who seemed very like-minded of me were all here. And eventually I made some like AMVs I uploaded. I had a whole account for that. And then along with that, I started making actual like YouTube videos where I recorded myself. That channel no longer existed. It's gone because my parents found out and I was like super embarrassed. And then like they told like all the other parents, which was like mega embarrassing. So I just deleted it. So it was like gone. I didn't have to worry about it anymore. I couldn't shake that feeling of wanting to do it. It stuck with me. It's still with me. And I'm very glad that I continued to pursue it because here we are today, which is crazy. So I decided to do YouTube because I could not stop. I love the community. I love this environment and I wanted to be a part of it forever. And so that's what kept me going and wanting to do it. And luckily, eventually, I started playing Undertale, and then I found Steven Universe, and I really enjoyed kind of seeing these Steven Universe reaction videos, which I was like, huh, like not to diss anybody, but like I watched some of them and I was like, well, I have better reactions than this, which sounds really bad, but like I was like watching this person, it's like, you're not even like freaking out. Like, bro, when I'm just watching it, I am like on edge, like heaving and crying, and you're just sitting through this like, yeah, and I was like, no. And Miriam G, I don't know if many of you remember her, but she was a reactor or like 5 some years ago. I loved her reactions. It felt very genuine, and it had that feeling of like watching it with a friend that I adored, and I was like, that's what I want to do. That's it. Like, I love it. Like, I could feel like I was watching the show with a friend, and we were both like sitting there on the couch like, ew, having that freak out. So here we are. So that's what motivates me, is that feeling of wanting to give what I got from another reactor. Which countries would you like to visit and why? Great question. I have not traveled anywhere. I'm a loser. And so I want to go everywhere and anywhere. I want to go see an ocean. I've never seen the ocean. I want to go to an ocean. I want to like go to a beach. I want to go see stuff. I want to get on a plane. I want to go places. I want to go. Have you ever been in a near-death situation? I mean, aren't we all constantly in a near-death situation? Crippling through life wondering, shall I make it to lunch? Or could I make it to dinner? No, I've never truly been in a near-death situation. I'm a pretty safe person. Have you ever had a show you wanted to watch but couldn't because you wanted to record it and couldn't fit it in your schedule? Yes, so many shows. So many. I'd say the show right now that I really want to watch is the Wonder Egg priority or whatever it's called. I edit all my own videos. I did have someone editing the first 3 seasons of Infinity Train for me. Thank you, Blair. But yeah, I edit everything myself, so I have to keep in mind that if I take on a new show, I either have to commit it or give it a test run, see how it goes. So it's hard. I try my best, but sometimes I have to kind of leave things to the wayside and hope that maybe one day I can come back and pick up that show that I forgot about. Who's your favorite and least favorite characters from the last few series you've watched? I'd say my favorite character right now is probably Amity from Owl House, just because I'm so proud of her for standing up to her mom. I thought that was super cool, and I'm very excited to see where she's going to grow. Least favorite character, I hesitate to say it, but I think my least favorite character right now is still Spinel from Steven Universe. Someone reminded me of her, and I was like, God, I am so glad I never had a younger sibling. I would have lost my mind. I never had to experience that, like, someone always bothering you. So yeah, I say Spinel from Steven Universe is probably my least favorite still. What secret conspiracy would you like to start? My secret conspiracy is I want people to think that orange, the color orange, like wearing it, causes cancer. I think that would be the best conspiracy to just sprinkle out there, because it's a really gross color, and honestly, it does. You may not think it, there may not be the research out there, but I promise the research is coming. So just like, keep that in the back of the mind. Who's your favorite anime character of all time? Kaori from Your Lie in April. I adore her. I have, let's see, right there. Out of all the things that you react to on your channel, what has been your favorite? So on my channel, channel-wise, I would say right now, Amphibia is probably my favorite. If I had to pick any show though, out of everything that I watched, Patreon included, I think I'd have to say A Lull in the Sea, just because I got my own like giggles out watching my own reactions, which I'll do that from time to time, but that show, I like showed a bunch of my friends who had watched the show, and in that show it is me absolutely just dying. I just was losing my mind. I was getting so upset. I was just crying out of anger for a character, and I was like, he doesn't deserve to he's a good boy, and I was just losing it. So I think that out of everything that I've seen just has the best reaction. Not like my favorite show, but just like the truest reactions out of me, because I am just like blubbering because I'm just losing it. The other note, I should say, is for like my favorite show that I have watched on everything is probably The Good Place right now. I'm almost finished with it, but The Good Place has been a show that like has just touched my heart. It's a show that has made me think. It's a show that I can relate to and connect to. It's a very genuine and a very funny show. So The Good Place has been great. I hope one day I can maybe just do a big edit of every season and put it up on YouTube, because I do think there's a lot of good moments in there from my reactions that I'd like to share with other people. So, have you been seeing the Megamind edits fan art thirst traps, or is it just me? Friendly advice: clear your search history and maybe it'll stop showing up. What's the most eventful memory you have, or most treasured memory? That's a great question, and I think if I truly had to place a moment, it would be the night before my wedding. It was just this wonderful magical moment where like the snow was coming down. It was basically a really bad blizzard right before, and most people in my wedding party were planning to stay the night at the hotel we were at. And so since it was blizzarding outside, no one was at like the karaoke bar in there. So literally it was just like my family, some of my extended family, my husband's family, and some of his extended family, all just hanging out and doing karaoke for like 3-4 hours straight, and it was basically just us. So it was just a beautiful moment. Everyone was singing, everyone was having a good time, everyone was talking, spending time with each other, like our families were kind of connecting. So it was just like a beautiful moment that you could not make any more perfect. It just happened to be no one was there, and we could spend time together and just have that literal picture book moment. So honestly, it just was such a candid moment. So it's probably going to be my most treasured memory for quite a long time. Have you ever burnt a house down? No, not that you can prove. How tall are you? I'm 5'5", so I'm like average height, which I'm pretty content with. Did you ever expect that you would become such a large part of people's lives and be able to bring joy to so many people? No, I didn't. No. No, I did not. It's still very surreal to me. So yeah, it is kind of surreal when people tell me that like my videos make their day and like they were waiting because they had a bad day, so seeing the upload was great. Like stuff like that, it does. Like it feels really good, but at the same time I'm like, me? Really? Me? It's weird, but good, you know? It's an odd feeling because I then walk, and I do encourage this because I do think everyone who watches my videos I consider to be like a friend because that's the relationship we have. But then I'm walking this weird parasocial line, and then, you know, I start watching Bo Burnham's Inside, and I'm like, ah! Since you are a big musical fan, I know. What is your favorite musical of all time? Favorite musical that I have seen would have to be Hamilton. I spent like $600 on these tickets, so I'm gonna say it was my favorite. Favorite musical that I've been in, I think I would say Thoroughly Modern Millie. If you don't know the show, I highly recommend it. It's a little dated and maybe just a little cultural appropriation, but I love the music in it. It's very gorgeous. It's a love story at the end of the day. It's about not worrying about status or money. It's finding that person that makes you smile and will stand by you and be the green glass love in your life. And then for musicals that I haven't seen, I pick Heathers. I adore it. I love the music in it. My Discord knows that literally if they want to summon me, they just have to play Candy Store and I will magically appear. So those are my 3 that I would pick. Cereal first or milk first? So, I don't like cereal. I don't like milk in cereal. I would rather eat my cereal plain. I'd rather just junk a hand in there and you just eat it like an animal. So no milk. Have you ever felt anxiety or burnout from your channel, and how did you overcome it? I certainly did. I had a very, very bad spell in 2018. You can clearly see it on my channel when you start going to like September to the end of that year. I was struggling hardcore. I was feeling so burnt out from doing YouTube. I was working my job 40 hours a week, maybe a little bit over sometimes, and then I'd come home and have to do YouTube, and it was just really starting to get to me. It was really rough, and I basically sat myself down in November, so it was about like 3 months of really feeling burnt out, but still trying to get a video, like 1 video out a month basically. It was bad. I sat down and I was like, all right, do I still like doing this? And I was like, yeah, I do. And it's like, what is stopping you? Why is this feeling like too much? And I was like, well, work is too much. Work is very stressful right now. I'm having a hard time finding time. I'm really tired. Everything was just so overwhelming, but none of it was that I wasn't enjoying YouTube. That part I still did. It was just doing both. And so basically, my husband, who is the kindest person in the world, kind of sat me down once I kind of figured that out myself, and we're like, okay, well, let's make a plan. How about we give it our all for YouTube, give it your all for a little while. Find a way to motivate yourself, which honestly, starting up my Patreon was a really good motivation for me, because not to say that money was a motivation, but I knew that I need to get content up there and push myself to make sure that I was meeting those requirements, and that if I could do something and commit to YouTube and kind of make something of myself and get that momentum back, that maybe I could find my love of this again. And thankfully I started She-Ra and stuff on Patreon, which was a great show that really got me motivated. I found kind of that love. I started doing anime then as well, which was really, really great. A very good way to motivate myself as well. We did My Hero during that time, right? Yeah, that was My Hero time. And so I just found that love again. I just had to sit down and remind myself that work may be very, very stressful. I need my software update. Work can be stressful, but you love YouTube, and if it's something you truly want to do, we need to take this seriously and not let it go, because I was basically letting it go. I was letting it die in front of my eyes, and that was really sad for me. So yeah, thankfully I didn't give up, because here we are. Who is it? It's me! What is your favorite outfit to wear? So my new favorite outfit is actually the cold shoulder pink top I have. It's got like ruffles on it. It's probably my new favorite one. It's a long sleeve, but it's kind of got like a flowy kind of princessy sleeve. So definitely my new favorite shirt. What's your favorite candy? I think sour gummy worms with sugar on it, or Skittles. They're both kind of tied for me. It depends on like my mood. What are the origins of the name Zamber? So I think when I did the live stream Q&A, I answered this. And so when I was trying to think of channel names for what I wanted this channel to be called, I was trying to really latch on to using my name, because my name is Amber. So I wanted something close. And I was just going and going and going, and I really wanted this Z design too. I really wanted that like lightning bolt Z, because I wanted to get like a hair strip like this. And so I was trying to combine the names and stuff, and I actually had Harper for a bit, and Zambi. Those were the two I was going back and forth. Harper was because I wanted to do like heart and Amber, so it was Harper, which I love the little boop I do with it. You can clearly tell I like that one, but it sounded like heartburn, and it didn't sound pretty, and it didn't look pretty. It sounded like Harper, and I didn't want to be Harper. And Zambi sounded too much like zombie, and when you Googled it, it just recommended you to zombie. So eventually I just settled on the easy Zamber. And I was like, it sounds fine. I like it, and it didn't seem too off. So that is the origins of Zamber. What's your social security number? So it is 157. Hey! What's the best number? The best number? 7. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? 5? Do you know the Muffin Man? Yeah, I do, but like, don't like make it a big deal. Don't tell anyone, okay? Like, just be cool about it, okay? Like, maybe I can get you to come see him. You can come see it, but like, what's your favorite childhood movie? Little Mermaid. Do you play any instruments or ever attempted to learn how to? I used to play the trombone because, in the words of my music teacher, I was incapable of playing any other instrument. When are you gonna get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends? Well, you're in luck, because today's sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends! Do you like intense combat video games that go boo 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 boo? That's right, Raid here to games and mobile. Yeah. When was the last time you talked to your Animal Crossing villagers? Actually, very recently, but I have not been back again. I went back for Derwin's birthday. My adopted duck son that I adopted from his crack-addicted mother. If you don't know the story, it's a great story. But I went back for his birthday, and I celebrated his birthday. I think that was in May or April? I can't remember. But yeah, since then, I have not been on at all. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers. This means so much to me. Hopefully you guys got a good idea of kind of who I am. Hopefully I was able to answer a lot of questions that you may have had. And I hope that you guys will continue to support me and we can continue to hang out and be friendos here. And if you're looking for an awesome community, my Discord is totally the place to go hang out. Everybody is so nice there and it's a good time, and typically we'll play like Jackbox games and hang out on Fridays and stuff. So definitely check it out and I'll see you later. Bye!